Coming up on the Empowered Woman podcast.
Women, we are new and unique. And it's so amazing. We can create and test so many things with AI without the tries being costly. It also favors flexible and lightweight company structure. It is also a tool that facilitates partnership. For me, AI is just like it was tailor-made for the word empowerment.
Welcome to the Empowered Woman podcast, the #1 show on visibility strategies for women entrepreneurs. If you want to get empowered to be seen, stand out on social media, stages, TV, and more to make an impact with your voice and business, you're in the right place. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Marcia Spurk, and I'm your host, professional singer and visibility strategist. Welcome again, and let's dive into today's episode. Ever wonder how one person can truly make an impact on the world? Tune into the Angel Next Door podcast, where we demystify early stage investing, share inspiring investor and founder stories, and explore how you can do good while doing well. New episodes drop weekly. Join us and start your journey toward meaningful change today. Hi, Genevieve. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, hi, Martha. I'm so pleased to be here with you.
Well, I will have to say, point it out, which people will notice, is the French accent or Canadian, French Canadian accent. I am so excited because I don't get to practice my French as much as I would like. So we talked a little bit in French before, and I love the accent anyways. Well, why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Okay, I'm Genevieve Billette. In English, you could say Genevieve. So I'm Genevieve Billette. I'm co-founder of Mirabilis AI. It's a consulting firm. We help businesses to integrate and deploy artificial intelligence in an ethical and efficient manner. And I'm also the co-writer, I'm sorry, for the AI methodology, which is a book about AI integration.
Love it. I'm excited for us to dive into the book. But before, I want to hear the story. How did you get into this? Because I know that's not where it all started. I'm excited to hear about
No, no, in fact, yes, I come from very far. I come from arts and humanities. In fact, my very first profession is playwright.
it.
Yes, I wrote a lot of plays. They
Nice.
have been produced, translated, and presented in other countries. And I also translated myself several plays, but from Spanish to French.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I understand it seems far away from AI, but there's a link.
Okay.
Uh, and later, I had the chance, what wasn't divisive. I had the chance to serve as a tenor university professor for 11 years.
Mm.
I kept on writing. But I started a very, very, very deep research on the notion of dialogue in a more logical way, I would say, than artistical. The structure, the logic, the intentions, everything. And at the time, for me, it's really important to say that I wasn't someone very well versed in technology, not at all. But the second I discovered AI, it was like an electric shock, but really, Martha, I was blown away by all the possibilities. I mean, I'm an artist, the creation tools, of course, but the reflection supports, the access to knowledge, and yes, in that way, there's a lot of experts who compare the advent of AI to the Renaissance period.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And really, now, I'm a little bit more experimented. I totally agree. So yes, I was fascinated by AI, more than fascinated, but I didn't know I could even play a role in it. It was not in my mind.
Uh-huh.
And it's JB Richard, which is the CIO of Mirabilis, our
Okay.
company. And JB is an expert in AI, and he's the one who made the link between my expertise and the needs of generative AI. In fact, dialogue is exactly, uh, I wrote dialogues, I studied dialogues, and it's exactly the new dynamic that AI brings with it.
Mm,
And yes, maybe to understand better, before the advent of AI, we were programming machines.
mhm.
Huh? We were telling them what to do.
Right.
Now we have to learn to dialogue with them.
Mm,
You certainly know big models like Copilot or Chat, or
yeah.
we prompt, we use prompt to dialogue with them. We can use them to ask simple information, but when the request is more complex or when the tasks are complex, that's when we need strategies. That's my expertise.
Mm,
And but uh, what I wanted to say, it's it was not, yes, GB approached me. He recognized my expertise. He said, "We need you in AI,"
mhm,
but it's something to quit a career.
mhm.
You are in, I say it very humbly, but you have assets. I mean,
Yeah.
you have accomplishments in your career, and you say yes, but you become a rookie.
Yeah.
I was not an IT person,
Mhm.
once again. And when GB approached me, yes, he saw that certain aspect of AI needed absolutely profiles like mine,
Mhm.
but he had something more.
Mm,
He realized that it was a revolution, that it was not about it's our ground of work. It was not, by example, in companies to just add a new technology once again. It necessitate AI necessitate a big, big, big change of culture.
mm,
And it's when I saw that in his mind he had a broader vision. Then yes, then I mean, in my art, I was in fire, in love with the tool. But when I understood that the society, all the society will be redefined by I said yes.
mhm.
That, yeah, yeah, it's a revolution. It's big. It takes people from every background. I want to be a part of it. Yes, for sure.
I love the
But
connection with the dialogue. That is so true. And that's the big shift that you talked about between telling technology what to do and now having a conversation. And then your background with Playwright has everything to do with that, with dialogue and understanding how to leverage this tool with the dialogue. Um, and I was going to ask, when you say AI, just for the people listening to us, and you explain that ChatGPT or maybe tools that create images for those that are designers, there's so many different tools right now that do that. How do you support clients with the consulting with this AI methodology? And then I want you to explain what the methodology is too.
oh. Uh, but the AI method, but I will start by the present the AI methodology. It's in fact, we are a firm of consultants,
Uh-huh.
and I would say pretty much soon we realize that the biggest challenge for companies and organization faced to AI, it was the process of implementation in itself. We realized really soon that a few people were able to figure out the whole process. But really, I mean, back in others' days, the challenge to implement a technology was to make it accept by non-IT person. Only now it's so complex, but it's beautiful. I'm happy that it's complex because there is so technological considerations, yes, but so many human and ethical considerations too. So when we realize that, and even among IT specialists, in the process, to be able to see who does what, that was not that obvious. So yeah, to put together all of our expertise in Mirabilis, of course, and in the parcours of Jean Benoit, which is the CEO and the expert in AI. Yeah, so yeah, the book imposes itself.
Mhm.
And the first, I would say, there was really many questions in your question.
Yes. Yes, feel free to go whatever direction is best to answer. I just got so curious.
Yeah, and I would say that the first thing that we have to assure when we speak to client is that they realize, really, that's our specificity. I will just make a little parenthesis. I'm a rookie. I'm learning every day. I see young startup. We are a young, very young company, but I see young startup who just they treat it, yeah, a new gadget. Okay, okay, take the gadget, try to learn it. That's it. That's all. Bye bye. And that would be such a fail for the entire humanity if we stick to this model honestly. And I'm very humble. I'm not the first one to say it. So when we speak with a client first, but we try to know what what is what is what they want with AI. Do they want to fix a problem that AI can fix? Would they consider AI like a magic wand? And it's one of the first problem with AI. It's really new, huh? It's a really new ground. There, the the statistic in terms of failure are terrible.
Mm.
And because some chiefs of companies think that it's magical, it will solve every problem. That's that's very bad. That's so it's something we check in the beginning, and the second thing we check if it's they realize that's a really 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 new culture. It's it's called a disruptive technology, not because it creates fear. It's because it will is broader than technology, it it doesn't concern i.e. teams. It's the first time that a technology concern the whole, really the whole society. So if, I don't know, w- we are in the office of a potential client, and if we see that this change in his mind, in our mind, is not possible, then I have to work a lot before we will we
Yeah.
will just begin to design the solution,
Mm.
because the in that's the difference between, I don't know, for people, I know you have a lot of businesswomen in your audience, but okay, you're working, there's a memo, a new technology. Okay, thank you, it's okay. But AI, AI is interesting, and AI will work only if it, this, the symbiose, is it a word in English? The
Yeah.
symbiose
Symbiosis.
with the human being is total.
Mm.
And that's, I would say that's a distinguished feature of our company.
Okay.
Our first interest is to measure what are the talents within your teams.
Okay.
You will be surprised which talent will get the solutions the first one. It won't be necessarily the person who has a familiar relationship with technology in general.
Mhm.
It's
Like
eh,
you.
but really, and
Yeah.
I know you're a businesswoman. There are a lot of businesswomen in audience. You certainly remark there is I don't know if it's a comeback, but there is a presence now. The soft qualities are so much valued in business,
Mhm.
like no more. And it's thanks to AI, and especially to generative AI. So the real thing, and that's what is beautiful, and that's what an artist could have said yes to that. The
Mhm.
real thing is to imagine, when we imagine the solution, it's to find the better way to merge human talents
Mm.
with the potential of AI.
Wow. I love
It's
that.
really, it has to be close. And when clients, potential clients, don't understand it from the start, the first work is to make them understand it.
Yeah. Have that awareness and the realization. That's great. No, thank you. That really clarifies how you work with clients, what the first
And
step
and what
is.
is beautiful, Marta, that it's changed culture within company.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I said, you never know which employee
Right.
will get and it's generative AI. It has to be.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Would you like to be my next guest on the Empowered Woman podcast? Do you have a story you'd like to share? Want more visibility for your business on a show ranked in the top 0.5% in the world? Well, then head on over to martasburg.com/podcast guest for more information.
It's big, what I will say, but I'm an idealist. What I see in filigrane, it's often workplace makes us divis, divide ourselves in parts. I'm a
Mm.
mom, I'm
Yeah.
a worker, and but I like to travel, and I have a hobby. I do, and is- face to AI. That's the beauty for me. One of the
Yeah.
beauty, face to AI. all your experience in life can make a difference. And imagine that you are on your workplace, and now, because you are a senior, because you travel that place, you have the good idea
Yeah.
to ask the machine to go to search in that area or that area. You make an association that nobody else than you that can make,
Yeah.
and it will drive the model to the right place. I mean, that's my, yeah,
Hmm.
in in traditional workplace, who could be entire, complete human beings. That's my dream.
Yeah. No, I love that. The the acknowledgement and also the holistic, like seeing somebody as a whole, which is really hard for individuals to do, but when you're able to input that, leveraging AI and reflect that back to you with the dialogue, um, it's yeah, no, I see what you're saying. It's beautiful. I wanted to talk a little bit about the book because I know the book uses an analogy with sailors. That's why AII comes from, which I think is so clever. Can you, which it's got everything to do with what you just explained about the acknowledgement. Can you
Yeah, it's
tell us a little bit more about this analogy?
why we choose this
Yeah.
title, and it's more than a title, of course.
Uh-huh.
You read it well. Yes, AII. It's a nod we wanted to make to the AI of navies.
Hmm.
You know, I don't pronounce it well, but I as a response on a boat,
Yes.
it's way more than a yes.
Mm.
And imagine, I mean, your your lives are at stake.
Yes.
So see, if a captain asks, did you understand? I mean, approximative yes, in when you are in seas,
Yeah.
it's not enough.
Right.
So I is a very, very, very specific uh, expression in the
Yeah.
tradition. And when a sailor and all the team, but when sailors answer yes, they have two obligations. They understood everything. They understood exactly what they have to do, and they are sure in their heart and mind that everybody will be safe aboard. And yeah,
Yeah. No, that's, I think that's so clever.
AI, it's a revolution. It will empower people like crazy.
Hmm.
I don't, it's a part of my spirit, and it's a part of the company spirit. Everybody should stay aboard.
Yeah.
Yes, task, some task will disappear, but new task
Yeah.
will be way more interesting, and just like I said, will maybe allow you to bring in the workplace some personal experience.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
it's all of this is very, very, very positive, but it takes so much rigor. It takes so much precision. So is really and a fun fact about it is that uh, i- not only in the book, but the title, but in the methodology itself, there's a role, the key role, which is the implementation leader. And we decided to call it to call this role AII captain.
Oh,
And it's so funny because our teams, I swear to you, it didn't take 2 minutes, everybody start to say, "Hey, aye, aye, Captain," because when you say "aye, aye," and I tested in French, but in English also, when you say "hey, aye, aye," your mouth is as to smile or almost smile. So it's so funny, it's AI, it, it's stressful, it's important, yeah. But when people ask, is it okay? And they have to answer, they smile.
Oh, I love that. Well, and that's the arts shining through there. That's the
It-
nuance that you're bringing. I love
it's
that.
good for the future, no?
Definitely. To not leave it so serious. There's room for some smiles and laugh. So I just want to say the name of the book. I would love for you guys to go check it out, and we'll put the link in the show notes. So it's AII methodology, artificial intelligence integration and deployment methodology. So if you go to Amazon, you'll find it. There's three parts to it. AI fundamentals, AI integrate, AII methodology, and then key considerations for AI integration. Very comprehensive. Um, and you launched
Yeah,
this.
but I have to say it's for everyone also.
Right?
I mean, of course, for specialists, it's applicable, so it has another interest. But as I said, it's a revolution, and I think it's the only book I know for business owner or for people who are interested in AI or which their work field are directly impacted by AI. You can really, really make the journey. You understand exactly all the challenge you to integrate. I mean, an organization or a business, it's just like a, a small image of the entire society. And the book allowed to every citizen in this world to understand how it is made, what are the challenges, what are the questions, and how what is the place of the human being in the journey. I think it's important. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Well, before I have you share how people can connect with you, besides getting a copy of the book, I know you are on LinkedIn. I would love to ask you my $1 million question, which I ask all of my guests before we close. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right,
No,
Genevieve.
no.
What is an empowered woman?
Oh, what is I am? I
Yes.
would say that it's one sentence. I am an empowered woman by IT, but I did think I wanted to answer not just about me,
Yeah,
about more people.
it's okay.
Yeah,
So what
yeah.
is
What
an
do
empowered woman? Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. What a question. It could deserve a podcast. No, but my first question, honestly, would be I am an empowered woman. Uh, all the good I think about AI, it's because I benefited myself. But I'm I'm really attached to the word empowerment because we don't have the same in the French language. And your question, I took time to think about your question. And for me, empowerment, I realized that it has a lot to do with individuality and uniqueness, more than with the notion of power in its pure sense. So for me, not women's empowered, but women's empowerment. I'm always looking at the future. It's about helping ensure that our projects that our ways of doing things, our visions establish themselves in the world, even if it surprises or disrupts. And it's not because I'm here to talk about AI, but really, really honestly, I feel that AI, both as a tool and as a culture, will favor an increasing influence of women in companies and in society in general. Uh, AI as a tool is a formidable ally for developing new or unique approaches. Women, we are new and unique.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing. We can create and test so many things with AI
Hmm.
without the tries being costly. It also favors flexible and lightweight company structure. It is also a tool that facilitates
Yes.
partnerships. For me, AI is just like it was tailor-made for the word empowerment.
Hmm.
But I wanted to say something more.
Okay.
That's for the empower women as
Yeah.
a tool, but the culture too in big organization, in big businesses. That's where that's where is the power now in big, and that's my opinion.
Hmm.
But uh, I have an hope. Human AI forces humans to adopt a scientific attitude. We have to test, test, and retest. AI also invites human to continuous learning and reflection. The complexity of AI forces us to collaboration.
Yeah.
In short, AI compels a certain humility. Uh, I'm sure that they are form of exercising power
Hmm.
in companies based on ego or personality strength who will lose some influence. That's my belief. Moreover, we have to not forget that AI allows unprecedented precision in terms of prediction and enables data-driven decision making. I mean, this may render some arm wrestling matches useless in certain meetings. I think AI, all of this is favorable to an increasing influence of women within companies and
Yeah.
society in general. I'm
Definitely.
sure of that. I'm
Yeah, when you're
sure of that.
talking about business and the testing and the humility that it takes and the communication and finding talents and putting talents where they belong.
We are in a scientific era. There will be a game changer in the business and enterprise for sure. We saw it. My example always is we saw it in what's the word in English again when you make uh, after crime uh, forensic
Yeah.
in forensic.
Mhm.
It's they are amazing. It's what I call a science an humble or scientific attitude. They are solving crimes 30 years after, crimes that I'm sorry, I like them, but it's not enough to be a big sheriff with big muscles.
Right.
You
Yeah.
cannot solve them. They can solve them. AI bring exactly the same culture. It will
Yes.
be good for women, Martha. I'm sure.
Yes. It makes so much sense. I love that. Oh my gosh, you shared so much goodness and lots of food for thought for people to start reflecting because I know some people are still resistant to AI, they're afraid, and some
I
people
know I would have liked to
just
talk to,
are
we
not.
don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be afraid. We have to be mm, cautious,
Yes.
but not afraid.
Yes, I love that. Well, tell us how people can connect with you. So you are on LinkedIn. Is there any
Yeah.
other way that people can find you? Is LinkedIn the best place?
LinkedIn, the best place to connect me directly.
Awesome.
The company have a site, but I guess
I will
you will
add that to the
show
show
the
notes.
address. But yeah, my pleasure is to answer to on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, thank you so much for your time, for sharing your
And
experience and your
I would very welcome every woman, but young woman. We need you in AI.
yes. I love that. Thank
Okay?
you so much, Genevieve.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode empowered you. And if you enjoyed the show, please join the Empowered Woman community on Facebook and share with friends or leave a review on iTunes so more people can discover this empowering message. Until next time, bye.